Well, God bless everybody. Thanks for joining my channel. Debbie here. Well, I'm out today and I'm doing some shopping, last minute shopping. As you can see, I've got my packages. It's been pouring down rain here in Pennsylvania. I can't believe how much rain we've had today. Well, I just decided enough is enough with the rain and stopped and got myself a cup of coffee. Well, as I'm sitting here, I've been thinking about some things. And I want to share with you something that I experienced, and it actually happened 61 years ago. I'm 69 years old, and this happened in second grade, so that would make me about 8 years old. And the reason I'm sharing this story with you is because I've carried this in my heart for 61 years. I went to a little school in Washington, and it was called Patton School. I still remember the school because the floors were wood. And as you walked across them, they made all kinds of noise, all kinds. Back then, our classrooms were huge. I think there were 30 kids in one room, 30. And I still remember where I sat the day that I'm going to talk about. Still remember it. My teacher was named Miss Wolf. It wasn't Mrs., it was Miss Wolf. And she lived in the community. And this particular day that I went to school, it was different. And as a little girl, I knew something was going on. I wasn't quite sure what it was. And as I sat down at my desk, we had two teachers that were leaning against the doorpost, and they seemed so serious, so worried, so concerned. And there was Mrs. Wolf, Miss Wolf. She was sitting at her desk, and all of a sudden, the room became so quiet, you could drop a pin and hear it. Miss Wolf had her Bible open, and her head was down, her face was down in the Bible. Her arms were up, her face was down, and I could hear her cry. Oh, she just wept. And we children sitting at a desk, we just looked at each other. We weren't sure what was going on. This was in 1963. And the teachers just stood there, and she cried for about 10 minutes. Well, as I grew older and grew up down through the years, I now understand why Miss Wolf cried. That was the year our government stopped school teachers from reading their Bibles and praying. And as year after year has gone, I now understand why Miss Wolf cried. She wasn't pretending. She was so sincere. It was a cry definitely from her heart. And I realized that Miss Wolf loved us. She loved the children she taught. And she loved praying with them in the morning and reading a Bible scripture. But I think she cried because she just didn't cry because she didn't get to read the Bible that day. She seen the future of the educational system, and she seen where America was heading. She understood that. You know, down through the years, we've seen school shooting after school shooting. There wasn't any prior to 1963. They all came after 1963. We have more drugs in our school, and so many young people on drugs. And all this came into America after 1963. We have gender confusion now. And I believe in my heart, when Miss Wolf cried with her head down in the Bible, she knew where we were heading. And you know, she was right. This was a testimony. This was a situation where I carried this all my life. I still see it. I still hear it. And it means so much to me now to see a school teacher love us and love children so much. What a testimony she left. What a Christian witness she was. I'm 69 and I'm a Christian. And I know why Miss Wolf cried. Well, I want you to think about that today. You know, government can take away prayer and Bible reading, but you can still do that with your children. You can still read the Bible and you can still pray. God bless you, every one of you. I just want to share that experience with you, how as older people, we also need to set examples for children today. We need to be Christian examples, and Miss Wolf was that to a classroom of 30 children and two school teachers being so concerned about her. God bless you all. Have a wonderful day and keep me in your prayers. God bless.